Welcome to the Inner Champions podcast. Would you like to promote your business so the world can find you? Or would you like to become a sponsor of the podcast? If so, please contact us on Instagram at Inner Champions Podcast. Lastly, follow our current sponsor at The Real Talk with Jordyn.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Inner Champions podcast. Today, we are going to have a bonus episode strictly on having the proper mindset as a player, having the proper mindset as a coach. And again, these bonus episodes especially are just about my, personal point of view, kind of what I've been through, kind of what I, gone through, and I've seen some athletes go through. So this episode is strictly on it's like one episode. There's not a series on this one. It's a bonus episode of just how I feel you as a coach can have the proper mindset and you as a player can have the proper mindset. And maybe if we have time, we'll dive into how we can build on that a little bit more. I know, weeks prior, several, times I've mentioned that I would do an episode strictly on just how I think mindset should be. I know, leading to this process, I've given you a ton of tidbits on how to get there, a ton of tidbits on how to build the program, and so on and so forth. And now I just think that I have the extra time to put into a single episode on how to just have the proper mindset and attitude going about it. So I'm going to dive right into it. I'm going to stop wasting your time. Basically, I wanted to come on here and let you know some of my tidbits on how to create the proper mindset. This is something, obviously, that I can only give you tidbits on. You're going to have to figure out how to structure it yourself between your own self and your players. Each player, each team, each program will probably respond a little bit differently with this particular era of players in general. And I will say, to a point, some coaches aren't necessarily the old school. And I'm not necessarily the old school coach either. I do have a lot of older school traits that I picked up in my career, throughout my career, that I imply, but at the same time, we have to remember that this era of student athletes, this era of young men, young women, anything in between is different. A lot of their responses will be different. A lot of their visions will be different. Their thought processes will be different. How you get through to them will be different. So basically, I'm going to just tell you straight out how I would do it. This is the first kind of episode of where I'm just going to open up, especially on mindset. And again, I'm going to be, frank with you, upfront with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. I'm going to be quite honest with you. Getting a team or a program to, follow your lead as their leader, as their head coach, I wouldn't say is challenging. You just have to present a good vision to them, a good message to them of the why. And I kind of get into this episode, more or less in a few weeks. But once you sell the why, you have to believe and you have to trust just as much as them. You have to develop. You have to actually physically one-on-one teach the do's and the don'ts and the good and the bad and the ugly. Just like with anything, if you don't do that, it's not going to work. With this, you have to have a relentless mindset. You have to be so disciplined that, you're bleeding disciplined. You're bleeding what you want. You have to bleed it through the core. You have to, just have that, passion, have that desire. You have to bring that sense of urgency. All these teams, all these players, all these coaches are probably at this point in the season, in the very beginning, come on, have that right energy. Energy is another big thing. And like I said, and I know I've led up to this too, I'll make a specific episode just what energy can do for a team, what energy, brings to the table. But with, you developing your own mindset, however you want to, within your team, however you want your team to perceive your mindset, The biggest thing is just to sell the message, sell the plan, sell the vision. If you do not go into this with a game plan, with a proper vision, a proper mindset, a proper attitude, you are going to struggle. Your teams will struggle. I don't know, what I could do for you there. I don't know the tidbits I can give to you there. But the absolute most important is go in there with a clear vision, go in there with a clear, thought process, a clear game plan, attack the game plan. Now, this is another big thing about, mindset and vision. So many people can put together the best, proposal, the best PowerPoint, the best message for their team, but through the thick and thin, you have to live by it. You have to ride or die by it. I know I mentioned this somewhere in my episodes down the line. Riding, dying by it. Whoever, the naysayers may not like it. Your assistant coaches may not like it. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to be frank with you. If your assistant coaches don't buy in and don't like it, your message is not going to get sold all the way across the table as it should. And this is another big thing for me. The same thing with you having the right mindset as the leader and as the exemplar. Make sure your assistant coaches are on board with the same mindset. Have a meeting with them. Tell them the lay of the law. And, we're not going to waver from it, because I've seen so many teams and so many programs, especially in basketball, waver from their vision, waver from their thought process, change their game plan right in the middle of a game. That is another big no-no. I'm sorry, I know I'm going on a rant here a little bit. But again, stay clear to your vision. Stay true to who you are, to who your team is. Even when the going gets tough, stay true to it. Get your teams to buy in. There is so many teams, again, this is related just to basketball, that I see, they have the message, they have the vision, and maybe this might be another episode down the road, how to get your teams to buy in. I can't do that for you. I can't coach you on that. I can give you tidbits just like I'm doing in these bonus episodes for you. You'll have to pull apart these bonus episodes to figure that out for your team. I don't know how to, that's just something you'll probably have to learn even at coaches clinics, basketball clinics, so on and so forth, whatever you need to do. Just really, and the other thing I'm going to go back and stress is make sure that your entire program is on the same page. If you have to have a meeting with your coaches, what you should do in general anyway. And then the other thing that you need to, somewhere down the road, kind of sell your vision, not completely maybe, because you don't want to give away your, insight or whatever that you want your specific team to have. And again, everything I'm saying, and I know I'm kind of going on this rant, or whatnot, but everything that I'm saying, everything that I'm doing, it will, I promise you, I hope that it will help your team out, help you out as a coach, help you out as an athlete. And for the athlete side of things, just find something that you guys can believe in together. Find something, find that leader, find that captain, find 2 captains, find 3 captains. That is another huge thing of why I think a lot of my teams, if not all of them, were very successful and very, profitable in the end, and won as many games as we did, because I found true captains, players that, sell the, captain-like mindset, captain-like attitude. They carry themselves like a captain. Find that within your team, and I'm telling you, the ones that want to be the captain, the ones that actually put in the time, put in the effort, just like everyone else, but they just do that little bit more. Your teams, you can carry your teams a lot further. Your players can piggyback off of you. You can sell a message to your captains, will then in turn sell that same message to your players. And this will all help you with the proper mindset, the clear vision. And again, I know a lot of this sounds repetitive. A lot of these episodes probably sound repetitive, but I'm hoping at the end of the day, someone can get something out of a single message, out of a single episode, and you can carry it to your team, to your program, to your home, to your family, to your extended family, to the people on the streets, wherever you're at, wherever you're trying to imply something, or the championship mindset, the championship attitude. It goes on and on and on, and I can continue to, give you the tidbits all the way to the bank. But again, it's how you apply them. It's how you apply this. It's how you apply these episodes. I'm learning from somebody currently right now, and it's just that's all they're saying is just the apply, because there's so many people that want to do this, have the great thought process, but how do you apply the thought process into a championship team? How do you apply the thought process into a winning team? How do you apply the thought process into, and how you do it is because of how bad you want it. If you do not give it your all, if you do not put it in 24/7 throughout the season, and again, a lot of this again comes down to what are you willing to sacrifice as a human being? How much family time are you willing to sacrifice as a human being? How much time are you willing to sacrifice as a coach? When you have those bad games, to go back to watch the film and, truly break down a film. This will help your mind through the whole process, that you can trust, you can believe it, see it, achieve it. It's something I say all the time. And again, all of this will get your teams to want to buy in, want to believe in you, want to trust in you. And this was something hard for me to understand, that teams would actually buy into my type. It's funny that I can reflect on that now after the years that I've done it, and seen how many, players have taken just pieces away. I'm not telling them to be me. I'm not telling them to act like me. I'm not telling them to be as vocal, as blunt. They're going to do it within their own way, but at the same time, they're going to take away from their leader. And I still believe to this day, and I don't know exactly when the episode is where we start talking about leadership, but there's not enough proper leadership. And I'm not going to sit here and say there, is it, one way to be a leader, but there's a fine line to have proper leadership. You have got good leaders, you got bad leaders, you got great leaders, you got championship leaders, all of the above. And again, everyone's going to have their, forte on that, and their say-so of what a good leader is, what a good leader's not. And that's fine. Same thing with a proper mindset. I have my tidbits on a proper mindset. I have my tidbits on a, championship mindset. That's fine. Everybody has their own take. I'm okay with that. It's appropriate. Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody's going to use their own opinion the way they're going to use it. But at the end of the day, like I'm continuing to repeat and continue to say, just have an open mind. Make it your own. The biggest thing too is make it your own. Take my advice. Take as much of it as you want, but make the team your own. Make the program your own. And I'm telling you, that team will buy into you like no other. And they'll trust you, they'll believe you, they'll want to do what they need to do to win. It's just a belief. It's just to get these kids to believe in their talents, to believe in their capabilities. That is one, but as a whole, with 5 people on the court, and that's another whole thing. So the list goes on and on. I think at this point, though, you've got my message. I think it's clear. I think it makes the most sense. Continue to do what you've been doing. Make sure that you give us a good review on all the podcast platforms, wherever in the world you could be listening from. I really, really appreciate the fact that you take the time each and every other week to listen to an episode. And when these bonus episodes comes out, I hope you listen to them as in detail as you would a episode. But anyway, enough rambling for now. We'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for listening. Appreciate you. See you in a few weeks for another fantastic episode of the Inner Champions podcast.